Hello, everybody. Happy Friday. Happy Friday, everybody. I see we already have a whole bunch of people in the chat room. That's awesome. Okay. So what are we going to talk about this Friday? Okay. You guys know that I am what's considered very conscientious or cautious shopper. Okay. But I love to embroider. And embroidery is something that is very, very, very expensive. And it's something that, it can really hit your pocket. Okay, so one of the things that I wanted to do this happy hour was I figured I'm doing this from StreamYard so that way I can share screens. And I wanted to show you guys about what I do when I'm shopping for stuff and places that I do shop for stuff and things that, I look for and how I compare prices and all that kind of stuff. And, one time I was talking, one of the embroidery happy hours, and you guys told me about a website called Tab Plus Dash. And I was looking for these bobbins, right? Because at the time, now everybody's stocked up on the bobbins. I don't know what was going on. But it was like a big shortage supply on the magnetic bobbins. So I was able to order them directly from that company. And one of the things that I noticed when I ordered from them is that they were a lot cheaper than when I was ordering those bobbins from other places. I do like to shop a lot on Amazon, but let's be honest about it. Amazon is really a convenience, okay? It's really just something where you go and you get a whole bunch of different variety just looking online. You click a button and then next thing you know, in a couple of days, it's at your doorstep. But sometimes I often wonder, when you order something from Amazon, are you really getting the best bang for your buck? Okay. So a while back, when I first bought my serger, I bought a Brother 1034DX serger. I had told you guys about it, but at the same time I kind of told you guys, if you're interested in getting a serger similar to that, I don't recommend buying it from Amazon. Now the reason being is because when I went on Amazon and I was looking for this particular serger, because this was the serger that I wanted because it had the LED light in it. So when I went on Amazon and I found it, it was like $259. So you add the tax and everything, you're probably talking over $260, right? So it was next day shipping. I would get it the next day, which I was kind of like, oh, okay. But, $260, that's still a lot of money. So one of the things that I started doing was I went on Google and I just typed Brother 1034DX. So when I did that, it showed that Walmart had it. And when I clicked on Walmart had the exact same serger that I wanted from Amazon, and it was $199. So that's a big price difference. So when you talk about it, when you start thinking about it, you're like, okay, I paid more money from Amazon next day shipping. But you know what was really kind of funny about the whole thing? I ordered it from Walmart for $199, and I got it the very next day too. And I didn't pay for shipping either. So sometimes, you really got to look around, especially if you know what it is that you want to buy. And that's when everything, okay? And I usually do that a lot. Like when I'm ordering Mello's dog food, I'll go to PetSmart, I'll go to Chewy.com, and I'll go, I'll just Google the name of it, and a whole bunch of places will pop up that sell it. And then I usually just do price comparison, right? So what I wanted to do is I wanted to talk about us doing that, buying supplies for our embroidery, okay? So let's talk about hoops. Let's start by talking about hoops, okay? All right, so most of us, okay, at least I know a lot of people start with a single needle machine. And single needle machines have their own type of hoops. Now, when you buy a machine, it comes with the hoop that comes with the machine. But sometimes there are additional hoops or different types of hoops that you can buy for the machine. So when I started with a Brother SC 1900, and that's a single needle, and it comes with a 5x7 hoop. Now, when I wanted to do hats, I wanted to look at getting a hat hoop. Now, if you look on Amazon, you're going to notice that hat hoops can be kind of pricey. So I'm going to share the screen, and let's just do real quick, because I just wanted to play around and show you guys some of the stuff that... Oh, it's not letting me. Oh no, don't tell me it's not. Okay, hold on, I think it will. Oh, I don't have an Amazon thing. Okay, hold on. Let me get an Amazon tab here going. There you go. And then now, do I have Amazon? Yes, share. All right. And let me, okay, awesome. It's there. All right, so let's look at hat hoops. All right. And let's see what we find. Look at that. They got a hat hoop for a Brother SC 1900. I never saw that before. So let's see what's in there. Okay. Okay, this looks kind of similar to what I use. Now, this is the other thing, too, when you're looking to buy a hat hoop or any other type of hoop for a Brother SC 1900. If it fits the PE 800, like it says here, it most likely will fit in the SC 1900. Now, this is really the same concept where you put the lip of the hat in there. Yep. That's not a bad price either. $18.99. However, I've never tried that hoop, so maybe that is something that I could try and stuff. Here's another one. This is something very similar to what I already have. Okay, and I see it's like $70. Let's see. All right, now I'm going to show you guys what I actually have. Let me see if I could just move here. If I could just change this to here. Now I'm going to Etsy. Okay, I hope you guys can see it. Let me go to StreamYard real quick. Yep, you can. All right, so I'm going to type hat hoop. And I'm going to show you guys the hat hoop that I used for my brother. Okay, it's $40. Wow, they went down in price. This is a bestseller. This is the one that I use. And you put it right inside of the hoop. Oh, looks like they went down in stars. I wonder why. Somebody must not have liked their hat hoop. And look at the way the picture is shown. You put that in there. It fits right into the 5x7. So these are the hat hoops this is the one that I use, and I actually like it because it's really, really sturdy. It's very, very good material. Oh, this is her review. This one, the Crafty Puerto Rican. Yeah, that's her review. I just noticed that. I saw the name. So, yeah, I mean, these are the hat hoops that I use. All right, now I'm going to go back to Amazon. Compared to the hat hoop that we see on Amazon, would I invest in something like this? This is the one thing that's good about buying an Amazon. If it doesn't work out, you can always return it, right? I always look to make sure that there's a return because you gotta watch the caveat. See, this one right here is $18.90, and it says, and it has like a $5 coupon when you apply it. I mean 5%. Sorry, 5% coupon, and it looks like I would give it a shot. And it says free returns. Okay. Yeah, so, all right, so This being said, if I had to do it all over again and I'm brand new to the game, and I see that I don't have a hat hoop and I want to try a hat hoop, I would probably go on Amazon and I would most likely buy this one because it's $18.90. You get a 5% coupon if you apply it. It has free shipping. It doesn't hurt to give it a shot and try it. And looks like it even has directions on how to do it, which this is interesting. And it looks like it's the same thing that you just fit it into the hoop. You fit it inside the hoop. And so it's worth a try, okay? If this doesn't work, then I would go ahead and I would go on the Etsy shop and I would buy the one off of Etsy, okay? So that's what I would do for a hat hoop, okay? Now, let's go to, Amazon, and let me look at the other hoops that I usually get, which is the magnetic hoops. And I'm going to tell you guys, if you're new, okay, let me show you guys what I would do if I were you. All right. Oh, that's not it. Okay, magnetic hoops for baby. Those are nose earrings. Okay, all right. Here we go. Magnetic hoops. Magnetic hoops are really, really cool. They are, to me, a must, okay? They now come in 2 sizes for the Brother SC1900. You can get a magnetic hoop that is a 5x7, and you can also get one that is a 14 by 12. Oh, it looked like somebody was there. Oh my God, I'm having a brain fart. What is the size of that, of the big magnetic hoop that I have? 5 by 12? I forgot the size. This is a 5 by 12. Guys, I'm off my game today. I am so off. Yeah, this is a 5 by 12. Okay, this is the big one. This is the regular. This is not the magnetic. Now, they do sell the big one that's magnetic, and I bought that, and I made a video on it. I'm trying to see if I find it. I hope they still sell it, because that was like a really good... Here it is. There you go. The magnetic hoop, 5 by 12. Now, let me tell you something. These hoops are pretty expensive, okay? This is $79.99. Now, I have both the can't talk today. My goodness. I have both. I have the 5 by 12, and then I have the 5 by 7. If I was new and I had to do it all over again, I would just buy one. And the one that I would buy is the 5 by 12. And I'm going to tell you why. Because the 5 by 12 you can use as a 5 by 7 hoop. All you have to do is not move it to the other side. Let me show you. Like, for instance, okay, I can't find my 5 by 12 magnetic hoop right now. Where is it? Oh, here it is. All right. Here's the big baby. Okay, this is... All right, so I'm going to stop sharing the screen because I want to show you guys what I'm talking about, okay? Because we're talking about saving money, all right? So if you're new and you didn't buy, if you don't have the 5 by 7 magnetic hoop, but you can only afford to get one because they are prices. You saw on Amazon, they have it for $79.99, right? So you want the best bang for your buck. So this is the 5 by 12 magnetic hoop, right? And as you can see on here, it has the clamps on the side, okay? So you would put it in the machine this way, okay, with these clamps on the left side of the machine. So what you would do is usually the first two is the first 5 by 7 hoop, and then the second two is the 5 by 7 hoop, right? But whatever two you select, okay, this is really two 5 by 7s put in one. And if it's not making sense to you, watch the video that I did on how to use the 5x7. I mean how to use this big hoop, which is the 5x12 hoop. Okay. And the Crafty Puerto Rican also has videos on how to use this hoop as well. Okay, because basically what it does is if you go into Embrilliance and you take the file and you save it to use it with a repositional hoop, because that's what this is, then what will happen is the file will save into 2 files. Okay, it's going to take that design and it's going to cut it in half and it's going to make it in 2. So then what's going to happen is you embroider one side, take it out, reposition the hoop, and then you embroider the other half. So knowing that this is like 2 5x7s, and let's say you can only afford one, just get the biggest one, because all you have to do is just use the bottom or the top, just one side of this hoop as your 5x7 magnetic hoop. So you don't need to buy a 5x7 magnetic hoop. And I'm going to show you, okay, right here. Here's the 5x7. This is the 5x7, right? And then here's the 5x12. So if you notice, and I'm putting these, let me take these magnets off because it's like attracting. And then these things are going to snap together. I don't want to mess up my fingers, you know. So notice, see, it's 5x7. So it's half, right? So you just embroider on one side. That's all. You know, and then when you need to use the whole hoop, you already own the whole hoop. And then when you create the design, then you save it by 2. So something to think about. So it's like, why buy the 2 when if you have this one, it's kind of like getting two hoops in one. This can be treated as a 5x7, and it also can be treated as the 5x12. Okay. So I hope that makes a little sense. So there's one way to save a little money right there. Okay. So something to think about, you know, because you know, I have both, but the problem, you know, but I'm gonna be honest, if they had the 5x12 back then when I bought mine, I would have just purchased the 5x12. I would not have went ahead and bought the 5x7 magnetic hoop. The thing is that when I purchased my hoop, that was the only size they had. They did not offer the 5x12 reposition hoop that was magnet. So, you know, that's why I ended up. So it's just something for you guys to just think about. So regarding the hoops and stuff like that. So, okay. Now, these magnetic hoops, you could probably try to Google, okay, and see if you can find them cheaper somewhere else. So when you go to Amazon and you look up an item, okay, in your embroidery, like a hoop that you need, or if you need a sewing foot, or even thread, okay, even thread, stabilizer as well too. Sometimes Amazon doesn't have the best prices in stabilizer, okay. Now, so far I have found in my position for what I use, like out the other day, yesterday, I was looking for tearaway stabilizer, okay? And the tearaway stabilizer, I needed it for my kitchen towels, because that's what I use for my kitchen towels a lot. So I'm running low, and Mother's Day's coming up, and that's usually my busiest season, because everybody loves to give the kitchen towel for Mother's Day. So I was like, I do not want to run low at that time. So I was going on Amazon, and I was like, okay, how much is it per pack? So what I'm going to do here is I'm going to add the screen back on, okay? Because I want to show you guys how I did this. And let me see, where am I? I'm in here. Okay. And let me show you guys how I did this, all right, with the stabilizer. How did I determine that I was going to get the best bang for my buck for this, okay? Now, like I said, I need a tearaway stabilizer. And as a matter of fact, let me just go to my orders and show you guys what I ordered. I ordered this. Is this it? Yeah. All right. this is the stabilizer that I ordered, okay? It's 100 sheets, okay? And it's already pre-cut because that's what I use, because that way I don't have to bother cutting, all right? And for a whole pack, it was $14.89 for 100 of them, okay? So I was like, all right, that seems like a good price, all right? So, but I was like, okay, 100 is $14.89. So I like to also look around to see if I'm getting the best bang for my buck, right? So what I'll usually do is I'll take a calculator. Let me look for a calculator, okay? Because I want to see how much am I paying per sheet. Now, I know you guys are probably thinking, oh, God, Jeanette, that's a lot of work. You know what I'm saying? But, hey, you know, I'm going to tell you the same thing I told my girlfriend when I was cutting those coupons back in the day. She was like, oh, Jeanette, that's a lot of work. And I said, well, then you're not that poor. So, you know, don't complain. So that is 15 cents per sheet of tearaway stabilizer if I get this pack, right? So I was like, okay, cool. So now I'm going to go somewhere else. I'm going to go to, let's go to All Stitch. Okay, because All Stitch sells stabilizer too. So I'm going to go in here and I'm going to look at their tearaway stabilizers. And I like using the 1.8 ounce. Okay, and these are the pre-cut. Now look at the options. If I choose the options, they have the 9x12. Okay, and look at the amounts, right? So then I'll go in there and I'm like, oh, okay, so how much is, let's say 500 of them, okay? So 68, so I'm going to do $62.68, and I'm going to divide that by 500. Okay, so that is cheaper. That's 13 cents a sheet. Man, I should have got it from All Stitch. Okay. So that's 13 cents a sheet because, you know, and that, yeah. So, okay, so already, all right. So already y'all know I messed up, okay? Because I ended up ordering 5 packs from Amazon, and each of these sheets cost 15 cents a sheet for tearaway stabilizer. And then if I would have went to All Stitch and I ordered it from there and I got 500, I would have paid 13 cents a sheet of tearaway stabilizer. So that's a good way of doing that. So I'm kind of, I'll admit it, I messed up because I ordered from Amazon. I should have went to All Stitch and ordered it. Now, this is though another caveat that you need to think about. With All Stitch, you have to spend $150 in order for you to get the free shipping. With Amazon, even though I paid 2 cents more per sheet, I was going to get it with free shipping. So to me, if you really think about it, okay, all I needed was stabilizer. I didn't need any thread or anything like that. So I would have had to pay extra for the shipping, which means that I would have had to pay more. So to be honest, now that I'm rethinking this whole scenario, Amazon was the way to go for me because it ended up being better. Okay, so that's another way to think about your stabilizer and all that kind of stuff when you're buying stuff. Okay, you know, and the other thing too, because some of you guys talk about, you know, pricing your embroidery. You saw how I just went and I calculated and I said how much per sheet of stabilizer am I paying? Well, when you go and you create your embroidery price sheet so that you can help to calculate the cost of embroidering, how much it's going to cost you, well, I already know that each of those tearaway sheets, when I make a kitchen towel, already 15 cents came out of my pocket. So that has to be included in the price of the kitchen towels when I sell it. Okay, that's a cost that takes away from the profit. Okay, so Just something else to think about. Okay, so when you're shopping for all your items like stabilizer and thread and stuff like that, and you're shopping for the best price, at the same time, you know, write those numbers down, because I have like an embroidery sheet that I keep for myself, okay? And in here, I write down how much I spend on my tearaway stabilizer, how much I spend on my cutaway, my topping, my sticky stabilizer, and stuff. And then that helps me to add together the cost of embroidering an item. And then it helps me to determine how much should I be selling it, okay? Because you want to make sure that you not just cover the cost of the actual product that you're embroidering on, but you got to remember you're using thread and you're using stabilizer also, and that's part of your cost as well. So you want to make sure that you include all that stuff, okay? So, all right, so we talked about how I do the stabilizers. All right, so let's talk about thread, all right? Now, when you start embroidering, I think the best way to go is to buy a set, all right? Now, I usually go on Amazon, and I strongly tell people, me personally, and from my personal experience, okay, I've always used either Brother thread or Sim thread, okay? And I usually get the 63 box. There's a 63 spool box. That's a great way to start embroidering, all right? Now, there's a difference in some of the size of the thread, all right? And I want to, let me switch over, and let's go to Amazon. Let's start shopping thread, and I'm going to show you guys what I do, okay? So, all right, so in here, where's my all stitch? I think this is it, okay? All right, so here we go. All right, we're driving again. Let's go back to Amazon, and let's look at embroidery thread. Okay, now, there are two different types of sizes that you get. And then you also think about the weight as well, okay? I always use 40 weight thread. Now, 60 weight thread is what I use when I am embroidering logos, okay? Especially logos that have very small lettering. That is always best to use the 60 weight thread, because if you don't want the thread to be too thick, because then it's going to be really difficult for you to read those letters, because it's very small fonts. So here are some kits that you can buy, but as you notice, they're 40 weight, okay? And some of these are 550 yards, all right? I usually try to look for those that have the bigger combs, but a lot of times this is the most you can get with these kits, because as you can see, I'm scrolling down, and a lot of them are like 550. But that's okay. That's still a lot of thread, and to start off, it's awesome, okay? So you notice too, they're not too expensive, okay? It's $25, and if you look at the coupons, all right? That's 20. With this coupon, you can, buy this set. That's not bad. I see this one, but I don't know that brand. But I know the Brother reeds are really good, and the Sim threads are really good too. All right, now, sometimes people say, well, what happens when you run out of thread, right? A particular color. When I run out of thread, okay, because I'm going to be honest, I kind of like this set, because that's 80 spools. That's a pretty decent size. You get a lot. Oh, and here's this one too. Look at this one. This isn't bad. 120 Madeira colors. This isn't bad either. So if you want to spend an extra couple of bucks, that's not bad. And then you get a 5% coupon with that. That's not bad too. I usually buy these kits right here, but I already have a bunch of threads. But I'm gonna be honest, I would just go around, and then see, this is the other thing too. I take my calculator also, like this one, how much is the spool costing? So it's 80. So it's 49. No, 48. 48.99. Divide that by 80. Okay, you're paying 61 cents a spool. Okay. And let me see this one. This is 73.99, and then you're dividing that by 120. 62 cents a spool. So it's not that bad. It's not much of a difference of what you're paying between this one and this one. You're still paying around the same cost per spool of thread, so that's not bad. Yeah, and it is Synth Thread and Embroidery Thread. I kind of like both brands. I mean, to me, they're pretty cool. But that's usually how I look at the threads. Now, something that I say about the thread, okay? When you are first starting out, what you do is you get your kit, right? And when you get your kit, as you start to embroider and you start to embroider designs and make your own designs and stuff like that, you're going to start noticing that there are particular colors that you use a lot of. Okay, now what happens is then you can do one or two things. You don't want to just go and buy the same kit all over again, because then what can happen is you're going to have the same of a lot of these spools of the same color that you're really not using that much. So that is when I say you go from the small comb to the big comb. And then this is where these cards come in handy. Okay? Now, what I like to do is I like to shop around for the big combs. Okay? Now, I've always found that you can buy big combs on Amazon, but they're like double the price than if you were to go to allstitch.com and buy the big combs from there. Okay, so what I kind of like to do, and this is what I recommend, is these color cards are really, really important. Now, I noticed that some people they do the color cards that have like these. Let me see, where is it? Okay, let me show you these color cards. Okay, I don't recommend these. All right. When you get your kit, right, you're going to get these color cards, and they're going to look like this, right? And I even see that some people, they create their own color cards, right? And I think that's okay, but this is the thing that I'm very cautious about, because this is what happened to me. When you're looking at the colors like this on a sheet, right, you kind of sometimes have an idea. You think that this is what you could what you see may not be what you get. I think that's what I'm trying to say. Okay, even when you're doing sometimes they have these color thread conversion charts, right? So you have a small color thread, and then what happens is you're like, okay, well, you know that the kit for Brother Synth Thread has a number on it. So then you go in here and you look at the number, and you're saying, what's the conversion number if I wanted to get the same color in Madeira? So then what happens is you look at these conversion charts, and then you find that number. You go and you order it, and then when it comes in, it's not exactly really the same color. Okay? So what I like, honestly, about these, and I'm going to be honest, I wasn't happy that, I am cheap, okay? Everybody knows it. I say it in all the videos, okay? And stuff. It's hard to get a buck out of me, okay? So you have to buy these, all right? But when I got them in the mail, I see why you have to buy them, and I see why it's worth buying, okay? When you get these color codes, these color cards, right? These things are actually thread. These are threads, okay? So when you are actually looking at this, you're seeing what the real thread looks like. So the best thing to do is to take your thread, okay? And then what you do is, under the light, a good lighting or whatever, then you go and you just pass the thread around. So if I had like a green, then I would go around, trying to hold this, I would go around all the greens until I found one that matched exactly, okay? Then I would look at the number, and then I would know exactly what to order, okay? And I would order it in the big comb. And then I don't have to worry about, it shows up, because that happened to me, okay? That's why I'm saying, because there was a particular color that I looked it up on a color chart, and it was the sim thread number, and they said, this is if you want to get this color in Madeira, this is the color that you get. And then when the box came, and I ordered it from All Stitch, and it's not All Stitch's fault, it's just that was what the chart said, right? And then when I got it, it wasn't the same color, so it was off. So I was kind of like, so okay, so I was like, all right, now I gotta order, or find another thread and stuff. And then when I finally got these, when I bit the bullet and I said, okay, fine, I'm gonna invest, I will buy the actual color cards, right? And then when I got them and I saw that you actually get the thread, these are the thread, this is not a picture of the color, okay? These are the actual threads. So I understand, sometimes people like using these color charts and stuff, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I was doing it too, but the thing is, and some people make their own so that way they can show customers what they have in the shop. Me personally though, I honestly would prefer to meet with the customer with this, okay? Because it shows exactly what they're gonna get. There's no misrepresentation or anything, because sometimes printers, will take a color and they can print it out a little lighter or a little darker, or sometimes, the lighting or something. But if you have this actually shows the thread, okay? They can touch it. They can actually see it, and they see it against all the other colors within that family, that color family, okay? So to me, it's a better representation. And I gotta be honest, I think this is more professional too. I actually prefer to meet with a customer with these than with something that I made on my own. It's just how I see it, and stuff. And the thing too is that it provides more options, I don't have a problem ordering, if there's like a color that a customer wants from these color cards and I just don't have it in stock, I'll just tell them, okay, I just have to, I'll charge like an extra $2 or something. Because the thing is, it's not like I'm going to buy the thread and give them the whole comb, you know what I'm saying? But I just look at it as, okay, or I may not, to be honest, maybe it depends. It depends. If the color is like a real wild color that I know I'm never going to use again, then I'll probably charge a little bit, maybe an extra $1 or $2, because of that. And then I probably won't get the big comb. I'll probably get a small comb, depending on the order. All right. But if it's a color that I know I'm going to, I could see myself using in other designs and stuff like that, then I'll just go ahead and I'll just order it, and I won't even charge extra for the customer. But I will let them know it's going to take a little time, because I have to wait for the item to come in. So regarding the thread, shop around. I honestly feel that Amazon does a really good job of giving the best prices in the starter kits, okay? However, though, when it comes to the big combs, no, it's not something that I have found valuable in getting from Amazon, for the simple fact that one big comb, I've seen Amazon sell it for like $14 and up. I mean, very, very pricey. And when you go to All Stitch and then I look at their combs, I see that they're like dirt cheap. And I'll show you, well, not dirt cheap, but much cheaper, okay? And let's let me show you what I'm talking about. Oh, sorry. All right, here we go. All right. Let's see, where am I? All right. Amazon. Do I have this in here? Okay, good. All right. So let's look at the big comb, all right? So that you guys can see what I'm talking about, cuz I like to show you guys, okay? Now, let's say Madeira thread for embroidery machines, all right? Let's see. Nope, it did not come out. All right, here we go. All right, look. These are the ones that I like to buy. Okay? And as you can see right off the bat, of course, it has excellent ratings because it's very, very, very good thread. But it's $15.99 for one comb. Okay? Now, yeah, you got the free shipping and you know it's Prime. You're going to get it the next day, whatever. Okay? But still, $15.99 for one comb. Okay? So, let's go over to All Stitch right now and let's see what they have. Okay? Ooh, I'm having like a moment where I don't know how to spell. Okay, All Stitch. All right, here we are at All Stitch. Now let's look at their threads, okay? Here's the polyester, here's the big comb, the 5,500 yards, okay? That's what I was looking at before, okay? Look at the price difference, guys, okay? These are all the colors, and if you notice, they are all $8.79. So, like I said, it's almost double the price if you were to get a big comb on Amazon, and almost half if you get it from All Stitch. So when it comes to my big combs, I get it from All Stitch. Now, the only caveat with All Stitch, which I kind of understand too, you know, not everybody can offer free shipping all the time. So totally got it, okay? But with All Stitch, if you order more than $150, then you get free shipping. So what I usually do, and let me get this off, okay? This is what I usually do, okay? I already know that to get the free shipping from All Stitch, I have to spend $150, all right? So what I usually, what I do is I always check my inventory in my shop. And when I start seeing that I am getting low on a particular color or thread, I always have like a little inventory sheet that I keep. And I just jot down stuff that I'm getting low on. If I'm getting low on stabilizer, I jot it down there. If threads, different thread colors that I need. And then I'll go to my racks and then I'll just eyeball all the threads that I have. And when I start seeing that, you know, there's a particular color that's getting kind of low, that's when I go to my, I'm going to these things, and then I kind of match the color up, and then I go, okay, this is the color that I need. Now, when I buy the big combs, I don't buy one. I usually always buy 3, okay? And the reason why I buy 3 is because I buy 1 comb per machine, okay? I have 3 embroidery machines, okay? I got my single needle, I got my 10 needle, and my 6. So for every machine, I buy 1 comb. And the reason why I do that is because there have been times when I've had dinner napkins that I had to embroider, and you know, if I only have 1 comb of that color, well then guess what? That means I can only run 1 machine, right? But if I go and I buy 3, okay, then that means I can take that that order, you know, which sometimes when I sell my dinner napkins, I usually sell them in sets, okay? A lot of people buy them in sets, so they'll buy them in sets of 6, 8, 12, okay? And if I'm embroidering for a special event, then we're talking about me probably doing about 20, 50, 100. So I need the extra combs, okay? So if I'm going, you know, if I'm embroidering like that, you know, those big volume orders, then I need all these machines to be running, all right? So that's why I buy 3. So every time I'm running low of a particular color, then what I do is I say, okay, I need that color. It's automatically 3 combs. So could you imagine if I had bought that from Amazon, where it's $15 for one comb, and then I need 3, then I'm spending, that's a lot of money for one color, okay? As for with buying it from All Stitch, I mean, it's like I'm getting 3 for so much cheaper. So it's just something, for you guys to think about when you're looking at threads, okay? Now, there are a lot of threads out there, okay? So, it's not just Madeira, it's not just Brother or Sim thread, okay? They have, I think there's a thread called Thread Art. I have used, and I can't say for the life of me, Floriva or whatever thread. Let me grab one and I'll show you what I'm talking about. These threads are very, very, very popular. Okay, and let me put the brand on here. Let me show you right here. See that one? I cannot say this for the life of me. My pronunciation is really bad sometimes. Sorry. But this is very popular too. I really like this thread. Very, very shiny. But I usually get this thread from my sewing shop, my local sewing shop, and I always get a discount when I purchase from there because I got all my embroidery machines from her. So, I got my embroidery machines from Susie Quill Shop. So every time I go there and I'm buying embroidery thread and stuff, she kind of laughs because she knows I don't just buy one. I kind of sometimes buy the shelf. So, especially when I'm looking for a particular color. But these are really, really good. So there are a lot of different types of embroidery thread out there, okay? So, you have metallic thread, King Star, okay? I like King Star because I feel that it feels better. So it's just, there's a lot of different types of brands out there. But my whole thing is shop around. And the thing is, too, is try not to be brand specific. I'm not. Even though I do have a lot of Brother, and I do have a lot of Sim thread, and I do have a lot of Madeira. But like I said, if I go to the sewing shop and I see that she has other brands and it has nice colors, I don't have a problem doing that. This is a very popular brand as well. And I've looked at Thread Art, but I believe those are really mega expensive, okay? And that's the thing, for the type of embroidery that I'm doing for the dinner napkins and the kitchen towels, I really don't need that type of expensive thread. And the other thing too is you got to remember, especially if you're running an embroidery business, you want to keep your costs down, okay? So you really have to ask yourself, is that expensive thread worth it? Because you got to remember, the more expense that you spend on your materials, the more pricier you're going to have to make your item just so you can recoup that money. So it's just something to think about, So anyway, but let me see. That's thread. And where's my book? I had other stuff in here. Okay. Let's talk about fabrics. Okay. Fabrics. I know a lot of people, they like going to Hobby Lobby to buy their fabrics, which is cool. Fabrics can be kind of pricey, okay? Me personally, I like to go to Joann's. And the reason why I like to go to Joann's is because they have the coupons and they have the military discount. My husband's retired military, so, I like going to places that I can get, discounts at. That's just how I am. So, even when we go to restaurants and stuff, I always ask up front, yeah, military discount? We're everywhere. So, I wish Michael's sold fabric, but they don't. But I know Joann's does, and they offer the military discount. So, Joann has been kind of like my place to go. Now, I have also purchased fabric from Amazon as well. Sometimes they have little kits, especially if you're looking for fabrics to quilt. So sometimes they have like charm kits, charm sets, where they already have the fabric cut in 4x4 squares, and those are pretty good, and the prices are very reasonable. So I have purchased some from there. But a lot of my fabrics mostly come from Joann's. Now, I do go to Hobby Lobby, but it's very seldom. A lot of times when I go, it's really just to get ideas. And you know, I know they're not big on the coupon and stuff like that, so I'm always price conscious and stuff. And usually, what I'll try to do is I'll take a picture of it or something and see if I can find something similar to the fabric that I liked in Hobby Lobby at Joann's. So that's what I always try to do. Okay. Now, fabrics can be pretty pricey though. When I went to Florida the last time, and I showed you guys, I did a video of showing you guys the fabric that I bought, velvet, silk. And I'm gonna tell you something, when you go to these fine shops, which I like to do, and the reason why I like to do it is because when you go to Joann's and you go to Hobby Lobby, they're very commercial. So what ends up happening is every Joann and every Hobby Lobby has the same fabric, okay? When you go to some of these small mom and pop shops or these dress fabric shops, they are much pricier, but the fabric that you find is so unique. The patterns, they even sell fabric that's already embroidered on. But you're talking about shops that they make, you know, they sell fabric for people that are sewing wedding dresses and all that kind of stuff. But I really like the difference, okay? And that is something that to me always, you know, attracted me. So I even told you guys in one of the shops, as soon as me and my sister walked in, I mean, the people looked like they were all dressed in tuxedos, and I was kind of like, oh wow. And of course, when I pulled one of them, they were like, oh, it's like $65 a yard, and I was like, okay, you know. But they had such beautiful fabric, silk, and I did buy a couple of yards from there, but beautiful stuff. But those are more fabrics that I would say that you buy if you want to sew like a shirt for yourself and stuff, because that's what I did with those fabrics. I sewed shirts and stuff for me to wear. That's not the type of fabric that you would use to quill or make little baggies or stuff like that. So, you know, because they are they're pricey. But yeah, so for fabrics, that's usually what I like to do. Now, let's talk about blanks, okay? Now, there are a lot of people out there that, you know, you need blanks in order for you to embroider, right? There are different ways that you can go, okay? Like some people go and they go to a vendor or a website that sells blanks, and there's a lot of them. You have like ARB that sells blanks. You have Embroidery Boutique sells blanks. There's a lot of websites out there that are selling blanks and stuff. And when you start to like look at the shirts, like I know a lot of people they like to embroider like kids shirts and all that kind of stuff. You look at the shirt, a lot of the most popular ones are just plain white ones with the little puff sleeves, and then just the plain white shirts for the boys, right? But the thing is, what I like to do is I like to look at all the websites and I like to see how much are they offering these shirts for. Now, one of the things that I noticed is sometimes they are getting to be a little pricier, because now it's kind of like one shirt could cost you about like $6 or $7, right? So what I usually like to do when it comes to those situations is I like to go wholesale. So what I do is I buy dhgate.com for the baby blankets, because that's what I like to do. I'm not into the kids clothing. I'm not a big fan of it, but I want to show you where I do, because I know that some of you guys had asked me where I get my baby heirloom blankets from, right? So I want to share that with you guys, and I'm going to add this in here, and let me go in here, and I want to share some of these sites. Okay, so dhgate.com. All right, now these are sites where you can purchase things from overseas, right? And you can buy them in large quantities. Now let me go in here and let me type think I spelled it wrong. Heirloom baby blankets. There you go. All right. So guys, just so that you guys can see, this is how much. Look at that right here. It's $8.18 a piece. But I want you guys to pay attention to something. Right here, it says minimum order 100 pieces. Now, the thing is, chances are I don't need 100 blankets, okay? So what I'll do is I'll buy the 100, okay? And usually, let's see, let's click on this. Let's say that I'm going to buy from here, all right? If you get 100 pieces, then it's $10.53 for one blanket. So that's not bad, right? All right, let me adjust my chair here. But the price goes down if you order, what is that? 10,000 pieces. Now, I'm not going to order 10,000 pieces. I'm going to tell you right now. First of all, I'm not going to turn my home into a warehouse. It's just not how I want to be, okay? I'm not too much into the blank business and all that kind of stuff. I was thinking about it, but the thing is, you got to think about storage and all that kind of stuff. It's not worth it. It's too much of a hassle. I just don't want to do it. Getting old. I just like to embroider. So anyway, but I do want my blanks at a cheap price. So usually what I will do is I will go here, right? And then I will say, okay, $10.53 a blanket. I got to order 100. I do have space where I can, at home, where I can keep 100 blankets. So what I'll do is I'll order 100, and then I'll look at the colors that they have. And then what I'll say, okay, so give me, I don't know, 30 of the white with the blue. I'll take 30 of the pink with the blue. Give me all white. Maybe I'll throw in 5 or 10 grays or something like that. And then I'll keep them here. Okay, so let me go back a little. And as you can see, it's not, you have a lot of vendors, okay? Now, look at over here, all right? This is the quilts. They're selling the quilts, okay? And the minimum order is 50 pieces. So that's cheaper, okay? So for 50 pieces, $10.47. Not bad, okay? And if you go over 100, then they knock off a couple of pennies. If you go to 200, you'll pay $9.80, stuff like that. And look, they have these other colors as well. So this, to me, is really the best way to get blanks, okay? I like it because you can order like 50 at a time, and that's what I've done. And there have been times when I've ordered 200, and I don't think I'll ever do that again, okay? Because what ends up happening is that, and let me get out of here so I can talk to you guys about that. See, what happened was when I went and I ordered like 200, okay? I mean, first of all, it takes a long time for you to get the item, okay? Because they are coming from overseas. You're not getting it like right next door, right? So what happens is you got to remember, when you're ordering them, it's going to take a while for the items to come in. So when the items do come in, though, then you have to have the space in your home to store it, okay? Because when you're looking at it, you're thinking to yourself, oh, 200, that's nothing. Well, no, it's something, because even when I ordered the 50, I have to have a place to put it. So I ended up having Carlito's room, when he went away to college, ended up becoming the storage place for my blankets. And the thing is, too, is I don't just buy my blankets in bulk. I buy my kitchen towels in bulk as well. Now, the kitchen towels, I do get them off of Amazon, but I buy them in large quantities. The reason why I've gotten them on Amazon is because when I have ordered some samples from overseas, they didn't match up to the quality of the towels that I order from here. So I was like, okay. So, a lot of times when you see a lot of these folks that are selling blanks and stuff like that, they're actually buying the blanks from overseas. They, and what it is when, remember when I showed you the website, there's a bunch of vendors, okay? So you just have to find the vendor that actually makes the product that you want, okay? And you can usually do that by buying samples. You can actually reach out to these vendors and say, hey, I'm looking for kids shirts, I'm looking for onesies, I'm looking for blankets. I want to, I want to buy a sample from you so that way I could see what it looks like. Because, and to me, some people say, well, Jeanette, buying a sample could be expensive. Well, it's a business expense, okay? It is part of your business expense. And the thing is, it's a lot cheaper to buy one sample than for you to go ahead and say, oh, the picture of those kids shirts look really good. And then you go and you spend money and you buy 200 of them. And then when they come in, then you look at the shirt and you're like, wait a minute, this is too thin to embroider on, okay? Because you got to remember, when you are embroidering on shirts, you want the quality of that fabric to be good. You want it to be nice, thick, soft. You want it so that you can, it will take the design of the embroidery. So you don't want a cheap shirt. I mean, if you wanted a cheap shirt, you could go to Walmart. I mean, and sometimes, and not even, sometimes you can get cheap blanks at Walmart. I mean, I've done it. The shirt that I'm wearing now, this is from Walmart. Okay, I went to the men's section. These things, I mean, Walmart, sometimes they do a lot of good sales, and I did my logo on my shirt. So I mean, blanks you can find anywhere. For the baby onesies, I like to use Carter. Okay, they work really well. They're thick. They embroider well, and I go to Kohl's. And I buy them when they're on sale. And then, when my friends have grandchildren and stuff like that, I'll buy a whole pack from Kohl's, and I'll embroider the baby onesies, because let me tell you, they love it when you embroider the baby ones. So you just buy a pack. They make great gifts, and I make like a baby basket out of it. That's what I usually do. So I get, I go to Kohl's. They're real cheap. You can get like a pack of 6, and then I embroider 6 baby onesies. And then, you can embroider the bibs. You can do the blanket, throw a blanket in there along with the onesies and bibs and stuff. And, and put it all together in a little basket. Get a little cheap basket anywhere. They sell them on Facebook all the time. Just look in Facebook Marketplace. Sometimes people have these really cute baskets, especially now that Easter's coming up. Before you know it, Easter will be over, and then when Easter's over and stuff, people are going to get rid of those baskets and stuff. Just grab them. Some people sell them for $1, $2, and sometimes you can get them real cheap at Michael's too. And remember, Michael's have coupons, and after Easter, I bet you Michael's going to have a lot of baskets that they're going to be putting those on sale. You take those baskets, and they make great gift baskets. So whenever your friends have birthdays or anything like that, you get one of those baskets, embroider their shirts, embroider a scarf, hat, blanket. If somebody's buying a house, I get the bath towels. Okay, you can get them from Walmart, real cheap. And they're good looking. They're really good looking. They're not, when I say cheap, I mean the price is cheap, not the fabric. The fabrics are really good. And so, and you can also go to Target. Target has some really good items too for bath towels and stuff. So if you have a friend that just bought a house or is moving or whatever, you get one of those baskets, and you can embroider their bath towels for their little bathroom for their guests and stuff. But really nice. Put it in the basket and stuff. New home. There's so many different ideas. So but my whole thing is, I really wanted to show you where you can get blanks overseas. And this is not the only website. I like this website because they offer the free shipping. Okay, and that's like I said, that's dhgate.com. They do the free shipping. They have other websites like, I think it's Alabama, something like that. I know I said it wrong. I probably jacked up that name. Okay, but they also have AliExpress and stuff, and you can reach out to those vendors and you can ask them, you know, and sometimes, you know, you can buy samples, and they have kids shirts, they have the onesies, they have those baby blankets and stuff. Now the only thing that I noticed with AliExpress is they kind of like, when I compare the price between the dhgate.com and AliExpress, is dhgate.com sometimes is a little bit more than AliExpress. However, though, AliExpress, they charge you for the shipping. So at the bottom line, when they start adding those shipping costs, you end up paying more in AliExpress than if you would have bought at dhgate.com. Which is why, like, my heirloom the heirloom baby blankets, I always get them from dhgate.com, because like I said, see right here, let's see right here, where is it? Where is dhgate.com? Oh, okay. I think I lost the thing. Or is it in? Oh, I don't know where my thing is. Okay, here it is. All right. Because see, like right here, this is perfect, you know? And then let me see. Let's go back here a little bit. Let's do puff girl shirts. Or kids. Let me see if I can do kids. See? They have different shirts that you can get. It's kind of cute, different. And I'm sure that you can find those shirts that a lot of other kids, you know, that the other folks have. I'm sure you can find them. Oh, this is really cute. That's cute. But they have a bunch. They have so many different ones that you can look at. Let me scroll up and let me see what else they have. Short, or let me see, baby gowns. I think it'll show. Okay, that's not a baby. These are not babies. Okay. All right. But look, cute Christening. But see, these have prints, so you would need like blank, something that does not have like a drawing or anything like that. Like here's newborn. See, but you would need something that's like blank, because you can't embroider on that. But once I clicked on that, now you can see different ones. Here's another one. Oh, look, baby wumpers. These are cute. Oh, these are knitted. But see, 19, oh, that's expensive too. So that to me is high. That's high. I'm like, But you guys got the idea. You would have to kind of like search around and stuff, and that way you can see like, oh, here comes these little, these material does not look like, you could tell the material right there, that's not for embroidery. Too thin, that's thin. So that would not, definitely not work. Let me see this. This looks a little better. This looks like it's thicker. Okay. And this you can embroider on. It has the hat and the bib. That's cute. One set, that I find that expensive. Yeah, I find that pretty expensive. That to me is kind of pricey. But anyway, guys, but you guys got the idea. You know what I'm saying? You know, when it comes to certain things, look at these sites and then see what you can, you know, you can find. You can find a whole bunch of stuff and everything. And stuff. But don't, you know, like I said, you just have to really be price conscious, okay? and stuff. So let me go over to the chat room and see if anybody has questions. I'm already past the hour. Here we go again. All right. Hey, Yolanda. Hey, Norma. Hey, Linda. How are you? Hey, Miss Thompson. Hey, Donna. Hey, Miss Max. How are you? Oh, Jeanette, have me buying stuff again. Hey, Miss Max. I'm trying to show you guys where to save that money. Hey, Miss Wade. How you doing? Hey, Jeannie. Hey, Iris. Hey, Trisha. How are you? Hey, Danielle. Hey, Miss Allison. I see Miss Wade again. Being Pam B. How you doing? Hey, Miss Banks. How are you? Justin was here yesterday. Fixed all my machines and stuff. I had all my machines maintained yesterday. Me and Miss Banks actually use the same gentleman that does the maintenance on all our machines. His name is Justin Lucas. He is really, really good. And he does he services Brother machines. He does Chuki machines. I am going to put his information down on the Facebook group. So if you're in Maryland, Washington, D.C., Virginia, he comes to your home and he will actually, do the maintenance on, and he fixed sewing machines, embroidery machines and everything. Awesome, awesome, awesome. So I will definitely be putting his information out on our Facebook group so that way you guys can check him out. Like the guy, he's really, really good and stuff. He's the only guy that touches my embroidery machines. Hey, Miss Allison. Oh, I would love to find out more about the needle that cuts the fabric to do appliques. I've searched and found a video out of the country. However, Jeanette, maybe you could tell us more. Thanks. Yes, Miss Allison, I have seen that. I have seen that needle. I use Victor digitizing to do some of my work for me, some embroidery digitizing, and he did a video on that. And I actually was talking to Justin about that yesterday, saying that I really needed to check that needle out because from what I see, it cuts the fabric, and it would probably be easier to do applique with that. However, though, it was really funny because Justin made a good point. He says if it cuts the fabric to do the applique, how does it not cut the fabric of the shirt underneath? So it's going to be really interesting to see how that needle actually works. I'm starting to wonder if maybe that needle is something that you change when you're ready to cut or something. I don't know. But I know that they are testing that out. And trust me, Miss Allison, I have my eye out on that too. So believe me, as soon as I can get my hands on one and see how it works and stuff, I'll definitely be doing a video on that to show you guys. Hey, Miss Iris, how are you? Hey, Angela. I see. Alicia, how are you? Hey, Miss Shirley. Hey, T-shirt chick. Hey, Liz. Hey, Eartha. I see Barb. I purchase a lot from Amazon, but I always check the internet to find a cheap price of all the items I purchase. Yes, Miss X, and I do the exact same thing. I love this group. Hey, Miss Max, we love you. Hey, Tracy. Hey, Cheryl, how are you? Hey, girlie, how you doing? Just got home from work. Italy. Oh, girl, you're in Italy? Man, I've never been to Europe, and I definitely want to go one day. Hey, Diamond, how are you? I see Susan G. Hey, Miss Danridge, crafty Puerto Rican. She loving her hat hoop. Man, I saw your review. That was so funny. Hey, Tracy. Let's see. Hey, Miss Holloway. I'm still seeing the Etsy page. Oh, I hope that everything worked out. Change your screen. Always seeing the first page. Oh, I hope you guys saw that. Okay, I bought the sticky hoop from the Dime, and they had a product called Hat Clip, which fits the sticky hoop, which is like a magnetic hoop. Oh, okay, awesome. Hey, Susan. Page isn't changing from Etsy. Oh, man, you got it. Okay. Oh, I hope it worked, guys. I really do. I'm gonna have to rewatch this live and stuff to see if it worked and stuff. Hey, Tina, how are you? Hey, Debbie. How does everyone know if they make a magnetic hoop for the NQ 1700 machine? Hey, Debbie, what I would do is Shoot. Now you know that these magnetic hoops that they make for the SC 1900, you know, for the brother machines, for these machines, these are third off the market. Well, not off the market, but from another company. Okay, it's not, these are not like from brother. So what I would probably do is try to keep doing a search and seeing if you could find a magnetic hoop that would fit the NQ 1700. And you know, talking about hoop, the first thing that came on too that I forgot to mention was mighty hoops. But that mighty hoops are more for multi-needle machines, and I'm gonna tell you, mighty hoops are, that's like the hoop of all hoops when it comes to multi-needle machine embroidery. So if you have a multi-needle machine, I really recommend you guys look at mightyhoops.com. Their hoops are really great, very easy to use. You know, I mean, they're like top notch. Okay. I all my hoops for the multi-needle machines, I don't even use the regular hoops. I use all mighty hoops, and they're magnetic hoops also and stuff. The only thing with the mighty hoops, they are expensive. Okay. Like each of them are probably like, they run like $150 a pop. The hooping stations over $500. It's like you're talking about $550. But I am going to tell you something. It is money well spent. It really is. There's a reason why these things are pricey, but I'm gonna tell you, it's good quality stuff. So you know, you just reminded me when you asked Debbie about your magnetic hoop and stuff, that I had forgotten to talk about the mighty hoops and stuff. But if I ever do come across one, Debbie, I will definitely put it on the Facebook page. But I have not found one yet, unfortunately, and stuff. I love my hat hoops that came with my multi-needle machine. I have those hat hoops in P, and I've invested in my multi-needle, the Dookie Hassles, and it was better. Oh, okay, cool. And stuff. Yeah, and for multi-needle machines, I have a hat hoop and a hat driver for my brother. I only have one. Because I don't do too many hats. I haven't been doing like crazy with the hats and everything. I'll just like do like one or two, and the biggest order I got for hats was like 5 hats. And hats are not very time consuming to embroider because it's really a small space. So I think it takes more time for me probably to hoop my hat than to actually embroider it, because sometimes what they want is just something very, very simple on the hat. So it doesn't take that long. So I thought about buying another hat hoop for the multi-needle machine, but at this point I haven't really needed it. So I'm like, I'm gonna stick with what I have right now, and if I ever have like a crazy order where I have to have both machines running for hats, then I'll go and I'll invest in the extra hat hoops. But right now I'm just gonna stick with what I have and stuff. Hey Deanna. Hey Barb, how are you? I use that same stabilizer. Didn't you put info on Facebook regarding the needle? It also cuts something like that. There, I think I might have said something about it. I do not see that needle for sale yet. Okay, I did see a video on somebody using the needle, but I haven't seen it for sale and stuff like that. So, but yeah, Victor Digitizing. Yeah, he's the one that actually put the video out there. So I think what he's doing is he's playing around with the needle, trying to see how it works and everything before he actually offers it. I think he might offer selling it. I'm not sure. Shipping with Allstate. Yeah, shipping. Hey Lisa, how you doing? Shipping with Allstitch. Allstitch.com. To get free shipping, you have to spend at least $150, which is why when I like to buy from Allstitch, I don't like to pay for shipping for anything. So if it's $150, that's fine. So when I order stuff from Allstitch, what I like to do is I do an inventory, and when I get like $150 worth of items that I need to buy, then that's when I go ahead and I put my order in from Allstitch and stuff. Hey Debbie. Let's see. Has anyone purchased a multi-needle machine straight from China? I I have not. And I did see someone posted in Facebook that they got one from China, but I and they haven't posted anything else about it, so I don't know if it was a good or bad buy. Um, you know, I used the brother. I kind of like the brother, honestly. And I'm gonna be honest. The main reason why I really like the brother is because of the support that I know that I have access to. Okay, because I can always go to the quilt shop and they can get me a technician if I ever need it. And also Justin comes to my home and he does all the maintenance on that. And what's really funny too, a funny story is when he took the machine apart, like on my 10-needle machine. Well, you know how they always say never use the air can? Well, sometimes there's some threads in there that get stuck. So I kind of use the air can, but I try to do it like real gentle. And I'm over here thinking that I'm cool with it. But as soon as he opened up the machine, he was like, don't use the air can. And I'm like, I don't use it. He goes, yes, you do. He said, look at all this in there. So I didn't realize that when I was holding it and I was spraying it, that thread was going in the back of the machine. So he actually takes the whole cover off of the machine and has a vacuum cleaner and he cleans it all out, right? But he actually showed me, and that's the other thing that I like about him, is he actually showed me, all right, Jeanette, knowing you're going to use this. So he said, use it right. So he showed me how to properly use the air can on the machine, so that way I'm blowing the stitches, the thread out and not inside the machine. I'll probably do a video to show you guys exactly what he showed me, how to hold the air can and stuff, so that way you guys, if you have a multi-needle machine and you do get that temptation, because we all get it, he showed me exactly how to actually use the air can, so that way everything is out and doesn't go in and stuff. And then he actually showed me the area, which was really cool, was when they take the machine apart, he was able to show me everything, and you could see the chips and the motherboard and everything like that. And when you see the machine kind of like naked, and you see all the wires and stuff, then it all kind of like comes together and you realize that, okay, that's why you really shouldn't use the air can, because thread goes into these little areas and yeah, it can throw off the machine. So it's just something I want to share. So anyway, yeah, but no, I have not had, I don't know, I personally don't know anyone that has that. I have to practice more with the hat driver that came with my multi-needle. I'm determined to master it. I'm just a little scared of it. Crafty Pumpkin, don't feel bad. She has the Racoma, so I have the brother. But let me tell you, the hats on multi-needle machines are pretty tricky. You have to know how to install the driver correctly, and then you also have to know how to hoop your hat correctly. So just like you, it can be very intimidating. I was the same way, okay? But once you get it, you'll get it. My thing too is, one of the things that I tell people is, make sure that you have research and development money, okay? Buy cheap hats, hats for you to just test out and practice how to put that driver in and out of the machine, putting it on the machine, taking it off on the machine, and also practice how you hoop your hats, okay, and stuff. Racoma does really good videos on YouTube, and there is a good video on YouTube on how to hoop a hat, and actually I use their videos to learn how to properly hoop a hat with my brother machine, because it's really the same concept, okay? I mean, a lot of times, these embroidery machines, most of them work kind of the same way. It's just different. It's just a different brand and stuff. I mean, they have different functionalities and stuff, but a lot of it can be kind of similar. So I was able to watch the Racoma, video on how the lady was hooping the hat, and get tips from that, and I was able to really master how to hoop a hat properly and everything and stuff. So don't give up. It's just practice. That's all it is. It's just practice and stuff. I make it well with All Stitch because I go there and I pick it up close to my home. Oh, Cheryl, see, and All Stitch is out in I believe it's by Baltimore. Okay, and I think the drive would be about 2 hours from where I live. And I have toyed with the idea of just getting in the car and just do a day trip, and drive out there and pick up my thread and stuff. So that, Cheryl, you bring up a good point. If you live close to them, they do have a pickup option. You can just pick it up from the store and not have it shipped. Okay, so yeah, that's a very good point. And maybe one day I'll take a drive out there just for the heck of it. If hooped properly and corrected, yep, Barbara, you got that. Hey, Miss Mendez. Let's see. You're not cheap. You're thrifty. I'm very thrifty. They tell you gotta fight me for my dollar. I've always been that way, And let me, just a little share something with you. Emmanuel, a good friend of mine, Emmanuel. He's a PhD. Very proud of him. He's from Africa, and he's also a professor at a university, and he works for federal government as well. And he helps me a lot with my business and stuff because his whole field is accounting, and he's a CPA and all that kind of stuff. So very, very smart guy. But I cracked up because since I started this business, I always have him come. And, we do our taxes. And when we do our taxes, he always comes and he gives it a fresh pair of eyes, right? Like he makes sure that I have everything, and he helps me with my QuickBooks and all that kind of stuff. And he was talking about when he first met me. We worked at the Pentagon. So we would take the bus from the Pentagon to here, right? To Manassas, Virginia. And he said that when he first met me, he cracked up because I would get on the bus with the Sunday newspaper and I would take out a pair of scissors and I would start cutting coupons. So he said that he thought I was hilarious because I would be cutting the coupons, and sometimes there were coupons there that I wouldn't use, right? So I would ask the person next to me or behind me and stuff and go, hey, do you use this product? Do you want this coupon? So he said that it was hilarious, because we were talking about, how, back in the day, because he knew me when I was a single mom, raising Carlito. And, and I would always be with the paper looking for free stuff and everything like that. So, yeah, if Emmanuel was here, he would say, yeah, Jeanette takes being thrifty or frugal or whatever to a whole other level, okay? And even to this day, I still do that. And now my son does it, which I kind of laugh because he's good at spending my money, but he will not spend his, So I think that's what all kids do. So yeah. That's a very nice thread chart. Hey, Lucy, how are you doing? Yeah, I like the cards better. I feel that the cards give a better representation of what the thread really looks like, because the last thing you want, it was kind of disappointing when I got the thread and I was like, oh, that's not the color that I needed, but it's all right. I mean, it helps. I love the Madeira thread charts. Yep, I have the set. Yep. Oh, I wondered, Barb, if the Floria color chart, does it come the same way, the way that the Madeira thread charts come? Because these are really the way I prefer it to be, where it actually has the thread, because you get to see the true color, or does that color chart for this brand, because I would love to get a color chart for this brand too. And you know what? Probably what I'll do is I'll go to Susie. I'll go to the sewing shop tomorrow and I'll ask Susie if they sell the color chart, or maybe I'll just go online and see if I can buy a color chart for for this brand. But I would like the color chart to be very similar to like the ones that I'm getting from Madeira. I'm not a fan of it. I mean, I have it because sometimes this is all you get, right? Like for Sim Thread and Brother, this is all you get. You just get these. I'm not a fan of it for the simple fact that sometimes it you want something that's more very, very real, so but if this is all you have, then this is all you have. What can you do, right? Almost a year, and I realized what I was doing wrong with my hat hooping. Got it though. Hey, it just takes time. I got 2 embroideries to practice next week because I'm determined I'll conquer the fear. Yeah, that's the way to do it. That's the way to do it. Crafty Puerto Rican, you could do it. And if you use feel like magnetic color bobbins from Dash, you can match the colors. Yes, Barb. Yes, and and thank you for mentioning that too. Thank you so much for you guys. Because you guys are the ones that told me about Hab plus Dash, this company right here. This company, okay. I didn't know about this company until one of you guys put it on the chat, and I reached out to them, and that is where I bought my magnetic bobbins, okay. And they are so much cheaper. It's like $32 a box. And if you go on Amazon or you go, to All Stitch or these other places, they're way more. They're about like $40, even sometimes $50. And when they were running really low, I mean, they were like super expensive, okay? Now, they have their own threads, and they sent me this, okay? And this was the color chart that they sent me, and it has the actual thread on here too. And I'm going to be honest, I am now going to buy a couple of them from them because they have some really beautiful colors, okay? And I want to try their thread out. Now, I still find that the Madeira thread is cheaper than the Glide, and I think the brand that they're called is Glide, okay? And but I like the colors that they have. Very, very bright, okay, very bright color and stuff. And I think that this is just something that I would definitely just want to try. I want to try their thread. So I am going to place an order with them, and I'm going to try it. Now, the thing with this company though is you do have to have a business license, okay? So what I did was, I have an LLC, okay? And what I did was I just got a copy of my my certificate of my LLC, and then I just uploaded it to the site, and I sent it to them, and they approved my account. So, if you have a LLC and stuff like that, just take a copy of it and then send it to them, and then you can just order it and stuff. But yeah, they are really, really good with the bobbins, and I'm getting my bobbins from them all the time. And now I am truly stocked up on bobbins, because when it got to that point where it was really hard to find those bobbins, I didn't run out, but I was very low, and I was able to run to the sewing shop, and she had them, and I kind of like bought her out, because I was just like, I need that last box, because the last thing I wanted was to have orders come in and I run out of bobbin. And at that time, my Etsy orders were a little low, but the thing is, my local orders were high. So, sometimes it's kind of funny, because it's like right now I have local orders that I'm working on, but my Etsy orders are a little bit like really low, which I'm good, because that way I can kind of like, it gets a little crazy if I have like local orders and then I have Etsy orders at the same time. Then I'm like, oh man, this is a lot of work. So but so far it's been balancing out pretty good. Yeah, so but I'm glad you mentioned, Barb, the Feline magnetic bobbins and stuff. Let's see. My machine loves Madeira thread. And I'm lucky enough to be 20 minutes away. Oh, see, you guys are lucky. See, I got to drive out there. But that's why I always wait for the $150. So that way, you know, if it, that threshold, that way I can just have them shipped and stuff. Because it is, I think I'm about like 2 hours. Because I'm in Haymarket, Virginia. So I think it's about like an hour, 40 minutes, something like that. And stuff. Hey, Miss Stevens, how you doing? You lucked out because I bought my dual-headed machine. Flew a tech. 2 days of training showed me proper handling, and I had to practice. Oh, that's cool. See, I learned how to use my machines on my own. But the brother machines were pretty easy, so it didn't, you know, I guess I was a pretty quick learner when it came to the machine, so it wasn't that bad for me. Now, the hat hoop was a little tricky. That's when I really had to look at some videos. So it took me a while to master that. But now it's like I get an order and it's like I know exactly how to change it up and everything. So now it's good. Let's see. What else we got here? I get them from both All Stitch Madeira. Amazon has no... Yes, and that's the Crafty Puerto Rican got a good point. The thing too with Amazon, when you want to buy the big combs of the Madeira thread, they just have the very basic colors, like the white, the black, the a red, or maybe like a Christmas color, the greens and stuff like that. If you're looking for like a particular color, you're really better to go to allstitch.com and buy it from there, okay? You know, because like I said, in Amazon, they're pretty pricey, and at the same time, they don't have all the colors available either. They have like the most basic colors. So yes, yeah, so one is right. I mean, they don't have every single color available and stuff. Let's see. No charge. I bought my dual head in advance, $18,000, which included training, free shipping, all the hoops, couple of boxes of pre-wanted. Oh, okay. Let's see. Let's see what else do we have out there. Yeah, and I'm thinking about getting a third machine. I don't know. We'll see. I don't want to get the machine this year. If I do get a third machine, it'll probably be next year. I'll probably get a third machine next year and stuff. So far, I have been able to do well with the single needle machine and the 2 multi that I have. Let's see. I'm visually impaired, and I wish they had name of the color charts also. They do have the name. Let me see. Do they? That's... Yeah, you're right. They don't have... I didn't realize that until you said something. Hey, Harmony. How you doing? They carry Glide at all brands now. I love the colors. Oh, they do. Well, then I have to look. I have to do a price comparison of the Glides at all brands and and this place, and see where is it cheaper and stuff, because I love the colors too. I mean, they have some bright colors in there and stuff. But you know what? Yeah, that lady was right. Whoever wrote that, you guys are right. I mean, they don't have the name of the color on here. They just have the number. They just have the number associated. See? So they don't, yeah. But, you know, there's really no space to do the name. I guess if you got the number, it's good enough, I guess. And stuff. Where is... I think I think the headquarters of Racoma and Crafty Puerto Rican, you could tell me if I'm wrong. I thought the headquarters for them, is it in Colorado or is Melco in Colorado? I think I'm thinking Melco. I think Melco's in Colorado, their headquarters and stuff. Yeah. I think that's where it is. Oh, okay. Um, oh, I think I scrolled up by accident, guys, and I didn't get all the questions and stuff. Oh, let me see. Let me go back. Oh my goodness. All right. Where can I find the color card? Hey Charlotte. I bought my color card right off of All Stitch. That's where I got it. Um, that's where you can get the color cards for the stuff. Okay, there we go. All right, now I'm back on track. Um, oh, 55 discount at Joann's. Tammy put down. Okay, so if you're 55, um, there you go. Michaels started carrying fabric. Oh, I hope the Michaels here starts to carry fabric. That would be really cool. Um, Michaels in Georgia is now carrying fabric. Oh, then I'm gonna have to go to Michaels over here. The Michaels stores in Maryland sells fabrics, sewing machines, sewing gadgets now. Haven't been in the stores in our area yet. Oh, well then that means Michaels is stepping it up. Good for them and stuff. Yeah, my Joann's is horrible. Very small, inventory's poor. Yeah, okay. Well, Crafty Pro. Well, the closest Joann's to mine is in Warrenton, and they're small also. But I can also go to Fairfax, and they have bigger ones. So I usually don't just go to one Joann's. I'll go to several. I'll take the extra drive, and I'll go out there. And so, because the bigger the store, of course, the more fabric they're going to be able to carry and stuff like that. So, oh, don't forget to hit the like button. Yes, don't forget to. Oh, do you need a vendor license? Hey Barbara. Yeah, for this company, yes. I think, well, not a vendor license. They want to make sure that you're a business, okay? So I have a LLC, and that's my business license. So I just sent them that. But for All Stitch, you do not need a vendor license to purchase from them. Maybe put the puff in the sleeve kid shirt. Yeah, it just didn't show up. All this time I didn't see Jeanette. Oh. Fabrics in Italy are to die for. Yeah, and see, that's what I like. Hey Harmony, how you doing? That's what I like, girly. It's like, that's why when I went to Florida, what I told my sister, I said, I don't want to go to Joann's. I don't want to go to Hobby Lobby. I want to go to unique fabric stores because they have unique fabrics. That's what I really like, the unique side of stuff. Yeah, we haven't seen Harmony in a while. Hope you're okay, because we do miss you. I think it's for a patch production. Yeah, I mean, it's going to be interesting to see what that cutting needle does and stuff. So I am really looking forward to it. For special embroidery designs, my friend uses it. Oh, so it is out there. Okay, I'm definitely going to have to look into that. Hey, Eve, how are you? How you doing? And stuff. Yeah, I have not had experience with that cutting needle. I mean, I just saw that one video and it like blew my mind. So it's like, I'm going to start looking more into it. It's called Embroidery Cut Work Needles. And they sell it on, Sewing Parts Online. That's where my friend purchased her needles. Oh, thank you, Miss Banks. So we're going to have to look into that because I really want to explore that needle and see. I searched Amazon for the magnetic hoop and found one for the NQ1600, which is basically the same machine. Then you know what, Debbie? I would try it. And if it doesn't work, that's the one thing that I like about Amazon is you can buy things, you can try it. If it doesn't work, then just send it back. And you get your money refunded and stuff. Hey Karen, how are you? I sell mostly hats. The middle seam is rough, break many needles, and that's what happens. It's so scary. Try slowing down the machine, Karen. And also, what type of needle are you using? Because when I embroider hats, especially those that are structured hats, I use sharp needles. Okay, sharp needles, and I slow down the machine as well, especially when I am embroidering in the middle. I slow down the machine and stuff. So that helps. So give that a shot and see. Reminder is a good idea. I bought one straight from China. The machine is really innovated, but an ear much is a much. Hey, Rhonda. Yeah, I didn't get what you're saying. I just learned that Old Navy has good thick blanks at a good price. There you go, Linda. Yep, there you go. I'm telling you, it's like you don't, look everywhere for your blanks. And there are people that buy blanks from the dollar store. Okay, oven mitts. You can embroider. I did a video on embroidering oven mitts. I got those oven mitts from the dollar store. Okay, Eve, the baby booty, she has done several videos on items that she got from the dollar store. Okay, so you don't have to really break the bank. You really don't. And stuff. There's things, just look around and stuff. So yeah. Let me see. I bought a multi-needle machine straight from China. But the support is whack. The brand is CBL. Oh, would you mind telling us what Justin charges? They did not tell you to use can of air on regular sewing machines for that very reason. Oh yeah, okay. For my, yesterday it was like $700, but keep in mind he was here for a long time, and he worked on 2 multi-needle machines and my single needle machine. Okay, so multi-needle machines, he charged me about $300 each. Okay, so I got a 6 needle and a 10. So he takes the whole machine apart. I mean, he cleans it out, the whole thing. Okay, so and then on my single needle machine, the SC1900, same thing. Takes the whole covering off and everything, and worked on that on the SC1900. It was like $100 to service that, and then on the 2 multi-needle machines was $300 a pop. So it was like $700 altogether and stuff. Next year it's going to be a lot more, for the simple fact that next year when I have him come back, he's going to be working on my 6 needle, my 10 needle. He'll be working again on my SC1900. I want him to work on my serger and my my Juki, the straight stitch, the TL 20 my Juki, okay? my Juki, my TLQ 2010 Juki. So I already told him, I said, because I just recently got the Juki and the brother, the serger, it's not really due for maintenance yet. So I told him next year I'll just have him work on all the machines and stuff like that. So I know it's going to be a lot more. So, but you got to do it. It's a business expense. You got to maintain your machines, because if you don't, then you're going to have problems, and that's a lot of money that you've invested in these machines and stuff. So the last thing you want to do is it's like driving a gas car, and then you don't change the oil, and then it breaks down and you're like, oh shoot, you know what I mean? So it's like, that's basically how it is. So yeah, but servicing, doing the maintenance can be kind of pricey, Angela, but you just have to budget it in. And when I was talking to him a little bit too, he said it depends too how often you run your machines, how often you're going to need the maintenance. All right, so for me, the way I've been embroidering, doing it annual has been good, but if you're somebody that those machines never turn off, okay, you probably will want to do it maybe every 9 months or every 10 months, something like that. So it just depends how heavy you use these machines. Okay, so let's see. After doing 40 hats for a customer, I prefer hats to flats. And the training includes the cap. Let's see, do we have anyone else? Let's see. Hey Sandy, how are you? Welcome. Let's see. Hey Tina. Practice makes perfect. It sure does. They they do. I don't know where Racoma is in Virginia and stuff. Now I know the Crafty Puerto Rican, she's out in Maryland. But I don't know. I know she did a video. If you check her channel out, she has some videos on her Racoma, and I know that she did a video when they delivered it, and her husband were putting it together and stuff. But I don't know if she got the training and all that stuff. Oh, Racoma's in Miami. Oh, my sister's in Miami. She may want to probably look into getting a Racoma because she's right there. Hey, Sassy. Where did you buy 60? The weight 60. Okay. 60 weight thread, Trisha. I actually, if you type on Amazon 60 weight thread, 60 weight thread, you can get the sim thread. You can get like a kit of sim thread of 60 weight. I also did when I did the logos for the dog show for my customer. She had a whole bunch of smucks that her team was wearing at the dog show, and I had to do the logo and stuff. The logo, I had to use thin thread, so I used the 60 weight thread, and I used a 65.9 needle on that. The 60 weight thread that I bought for all of her logos, I got that at All Stitch, okay, because All Stitch does sell 60 weight thread as well. So her logo had particular colors in there, so it was best for me to order it from All Stitch because I wanted to make sure that I got the right colors for her logo and stuff. So that's where I kind of recommend All Stitch is the best place to get the 60 weight thread. Hey, 7 little birds, how are you? Oh, you got back from tennis. Let me see. I do kids' birthday shirts, the aprons, and the hoop bags. I'm all about the kitchen towels, the dinner napkins. I don't know why. I just like those. That's my thing. And so it's just so many things you can do with embroidery, And now I've been doing a whole lot of business shirts. That I have been doing. A whole lot of them. Because a lot of where I live, there's a lot of small business owners. And they, clubs and all that kind of stuff and everything. So now that they'll come and they'll say, hey, we need club shirts, or we need I need shirts for my business and stuff. And I've been doing a lot of the dog shows as well now too, and stuff. But those are easy. I mean, because it's just logos and stuff, and it's really easy because I got the Mighty Hoop hooping station. Because I'm telling you, if you're gonna do shirts with logos, that's the way to go, because you can always hoop your shirt with the logos correctly with their hooping station. Now the only thing is their hooping station very, very, very pricey. It's like 500, close to 550, I think it's 550 or 541, something like that. I don't remember what it is, but it is pretty pricey. But I'm gonna tell you something, it's worth every penny. That's why I'm saying, I'm pretty, I don't like letting go of my dollars, but if it's something that's good quality, then fine, I'll do it, and stuff. But yeah, if you're going to do business shirts with logos and stuff like that, strongly urge people to get that hooping station. I mean, I know it sucks because it's like so much money, but believe me, at the end of the day, you're going to be so thankful that you got it. Because it really is worth it. Hey, Miss Holmes, how you doing? Hey, Nerva. My Michaels doesn't. Yeah, in Maryland doesn't. Yeah, the Michaels by me, which is by Gainesville, Virginia, it doesn't have fabric either. And there's another one in Manassas, Virginia. They don't have fabric there either as well. But a little busy doing a wedding dress right now. Oh wow, that's so awesome. So I have been sewing shirts, so because now I want to learn how to sew clothes. So, and I've been doing okay. They're wearable, let's say, My bucket list has me traveling all over the world to find fabric. You don't need stabilizer. No, I don't use stabilizer when I have a structured hat. I use stabilizer when it's an unstructured hat. And I use cutaway stabilizer. That's what I use. You could probably use tearaway stabilizer. But I don't know. I've always used a cutaway stabilizer, but it's unstructured. Structured hats, I've never used a stabilizer and stuff. The machine has tons of features and support from the company backing. How often do you service your multi-needles? And does he work on other brands? Yes, he does work on other brands. And I service mine on an annual basis. That's how I do it and stuff. So it depends how heavy you use these machines. But I will put his information out there. But he does work on other brands as well. Okay? It's well worth the money because he always takes the entire machine. Yes, he does. Inside out, needle bars, except. Yep. Vacuums it. Yep. And tests it out when he could. Yes, Miss Banks. Yes. See, Miss Banks knows because Miss Banks uses the same guy that I use. It's the same guy. And it, he goes to Miss Banks' home as well and does all her machines and comes here. And let me tell you, and she is correct. He takes off the whole cover. And it's kind of funny because when you work on your embroidery machines all the time. You have the covers on it. So when he came and he took off all the covers, it's like you feel like your machine's standing there naked, You see all these wires and everything. It's pretty interesting. I wanted to take a picture of it, but then I didn't want Justin to feel like, dang, Jeanette, But I think next year I'm probably going to take some pictures and show you guys so you guys can see what the actual machine looks like without the covering on it. I mean, it was like really cool, to see everything. And then I laughed when he was like, "You're using an air can." I'm like, "No, I'm not." He's like, "Yes, you are." And then he pointed and I saw all the thread behind the machine. And I was like, how the hell that happened? So I was like, all right, fine. You caught me in a fit, But he is very, very thorough. I mean, this guy is good. He knows his stuff. He's been working on machines for like 15 years. Because I was talking to him while he was working on the machines. And he worked on them since an intern in high school. So he's been working on these things for years and years and years. So he knows machines inside out and stuff. He's really good. He is so worth it. And I'm going to be honest, I wouldn't let anybody else touch the machines. I mean, I would be like, I will chase Justin down. Because he's really, really good. And he does. He tests my tension and everything. He's awesome. And stuff. I have a gadget, bought it from Amazon to hold the pressure foot while I use the pillars and tighten the screw. Okay, I have my machines. Hey, in the green, I have my machines on an annual maintenance program too. Yep, does deep cleaning, oiling, timing, check, and he's well worth it. It's worth it. And I'm going to be honest, it's so important. Maintenance on your embroidery machines, and I know I'm going over time and stuff, sorry guys. But your maintenance on your embroidery machines is really, really important. Please, I'm serious, don't skip on that, okay? Because this is how I look at it. It's like when you buy a car, You spent all this money up front. The last thing you want is for the machine to break down when it could have been something that you could have prevented. All right, so yeah, I mean, a lot of times people buy these machines and they think they just run great forever. No, they need the oil. And this is the thing, when Justin takes the machine apart and he oils it, he's oiling it in places that I can't reach because the covers are on it. Okay, so, and one of the things that I really loved about having him here was I was able to double check to make sure that I was oiling the way I was supposed to. And he was telling me exactly how I should be threading my machines. He was giving me the best advice on the machine on what to do and stuff. Because I was telling him that my needle threader was breaking on the 10 needle. I didn't understand why. and then he showed me why, and something was bent, and he was able to fix it. I mean, it's like the maintenance is so important. That is definitely not something that you want to skip on at all. Okay, so I mean, I'm serious about that. Don't do it. Don't skip on it. Do you do chili? I have not. Hey, DUI boss, I have not. Hey Cheryl, how you doing? I've not done chili. However, I do know someone that has done it, which is Liliana, and she's from Embroidery Print now. She has embroidered on chili and stuff. I got some kitchen towels today. 10-pack of floral sack chicken towels, $9. Hey treasures, I have tried the floral sack towels. However, for my designs, the designs that I have are pretty dense. They are very thick. Okay, so those towels would not work for a lot of the designs that I have, because I have a lot of designs that are pretty dense. So the kitchen towels that I usually use are the ones that are like the terry cloth, that are the waffle look, because those are thick, and they can really take the designs that I have, because my designs are pretty hefty with the stitches, the number of stitches and stuff. Let me see. I have 2 single needles, one for the newest baby is my Racoma. Love them all. Yeah, you do love your machines, because your machines become like everything, I mean, like, at one time my husband was telling me, do I want to get rid of the 6 needle machine and replace it with another 10 needle machine? I don't want to do that. This is my first 6 needle machine. I love the machine. I like the machine. It's like, no, I can't. I mean, even though it would be nice to get 2 10 needle machines, but I like my 6 needle machine. I can't get rid of it. I won't do it. Hey Marlene, how you doing? I've been watching you on my TV. Got my phone to be able to chat. Added plus, bought my machine. Let's see, what else? What bobbin case do you use on your brother? I have a PR 1055. Okay, I use the same one on both machines. The bobbin case is the same. It's one that's just like this. Miss Tambo, these bobbin cases, I have a brother PR 670E, and then I have the 1055X. And as you can see, it doesn't have a spring inside. Now, the bobbin case that I have on my Juki sewing machine has like some kind of bracket that's inside of it. This one doesn't. But these work on both machines. And I have a strong feeling that this probably would work on your machine as well. If you need a new bobbin case, what I did was I usually like to buy spares, because I always feel that having spares is really important, especially with the tools and the cases and all that kind of stuff. So I usually go to Sewing Machine Plus, Sewing Machine Parts.com, I believe that's what it is. And that's where, if you type in the model of your machine, it will show you the exact case that you need, okay? And their prices are really, really good too. So, and they do have, I think they do have free shipping if you buy a certain amount. I think. I haven't bought from them in a while, but that's where I usually buy a lot of my spare parts. I think it's sewing machine parts online, something like that. Who do you use to service your embroidery machines? The person that I use, his name is Justin Lucas, and I will post his information on the Facebook group. He does a lot of and he does a lot of maintenance, but he will go to. He told me he'll even drive up to Delaware. So he's done Maryland, Virginia, DC, Delaware, and stuff. So I will definitely be posting his stuff on our Facebook group. so that if you guys live within that area and you guys want, reach out to him. Really nice guy, and I'm telling you, he's like the best of the best. Let's see. He worked on my first embroidery machine I purchased 30 years ago from a shop in Maryland. He's been serving with my machine for years. Yeah, he's the best. I mean, like Miss Banks said, I mean, that's the guy. And you know what I really love about Justin too? There have even been times when my tension wasn't working or something, and I'll call him on the phone and he will walk through it and help me on the phone. I mean, that's one of the things that I really like about him, is that he's a really down-to-earth guy. I mean, really, really nice and stuff. So, I mean, you know, always willing to help people and stuff. Can I get Justin's number? I don't have, his card is downstairs. I will, you know what? Hold on. I know he's on Facebook. Hold on. Let me look right now, because I know he's called the Tech, something like that. Tech is his company. Hold on right now. I will get you guys his info here. Where is he? There he is. Okay. Okay. All right. Here's his, let me put it on here. Justin Lucas, and this is his number. This is his number. And yeah. There you go. I have it. I put it right in the chat for you, Tammin. Yeah, let me see. I accidentally stumbled on your video from Angela from Kids Custom Designs. So I'm making his birthday shirts. Hey, Tina. How you doing? Hey, Susan. What's the name of the Etsy shop you got your sewing machine cover for? Oh, okay. The sewing machine cover, I think it's Sew 3 More. Sew, and then the number 3, and then more. And she's got covers. I like her covers. It's clear plastic, and then you get to pick. See, these are the covers, okay? You get to pick. I have them folded. You get to pick the color of the lining and stuff. So I have a cover for both multi-needle machines, and I even got the cover for my SC 1900. And I need to order one for my my Juki. Even though the Juki came one, but I kind of like this one because I like the plastic because it's clear, and I like to see my machines. I don't like to see them hidden. So, you know, but that is the store that I got. That's where I got the machine covers from. Okay, Susan. Yeah, it's Sew 3 More. Justin services my machine that are under warranty from the shop. Oh, look at that. Another person knows Justin. Hey, Leslie. I recently got a multi-needle, and he will be the one who I will call next year. He's the man. I'm telling you. He's the guy. Everybody, I mean, this guy knows his stuff. I like him. I really do. I don't let nobody else touch my stuff. And as you can see, Miss Banks has been using them for years. So now Leslie too. I need to find someone in my neck of the woods. Angela, yes. And you know what, Angela? This is how I found Justin. Because go to sewing shops. Go to sewing shops, and some of them, they do repairs there and stuff, and you know, get to, you know, but I met Justin because he does repair work at different sewing machine shops, right? But the thing is, with multi-needle machines, they're very, very heavy, so it's very hard for you to transport them and take them. And my husband's old, okay? He's getting up there, all right? We both are, okay? He's supposed to retire in 2 years, so you know, he's gonna hit 62 soon. So he's like, these machines are really, really heavy, and I have 2. Okay, so my sewing room is upstairs. So for him to carry these 2 machines downstairs, put them in the car, take them all the way to the shop and then carrying them out, and then to bring them back up, that's a pain. And then sometimes you don't want, like, if you're carrying it and it slips or something like that, you could misalign something. So I just pay for him to come, and I just make sure I give Justin a nice tip, because I know that he's going out of his way to help me and stuff like that. So, you know, I ordered, mine has a pigtail. Oh, the bobbins. I wonder, Crafty Puerto Rican, do you use the magnetic bobbins for your Racoma? I'm just wondering, you know, and stuff, because I know I like them. I like the magnetic bobbins the best and stuff. Yep, I put that in there. I think I covered everything. Oh, there's more. Okay. How did you find Justin? In the sewing shop, Angela. That's how I found him. You know, if you go to the sewing shop and ask around, just ask them, do you know someone who repairs machines and stuff? And he's the one that actually repairs the machines at the shop where I bought my multi-needle machines from. And you know, that's how I met him and stuff. Maybe he'll come to North Carolina. You never know. Ask. You know, I need a Justin in Illinois. I only use the magnetic bobbins in my Racoma. Yeah, I use the magnetic bobbins. Yeah, I'm telling you, those bobbins are the best. And you know what's so funny? I have bought a whole bunch of bobbins from All Stitch that were not the magnetic, and I bought a whole bunch. But and I don't use them, and I'm gonna have to somehow, I'll probably donate them or something. But I love the magnetic bobbins, and you know, it's kind of like, I look at it and I'm like, oh, it's a waste of money, because I think I have like 4 boxes of the L size. But you know, I could still use those, because you can use the L size on your SC 1900. Okay, so don't think that those are just the ones for multi-needle machines. You can do that. Maybe a bunch of us in the same can get together and pay him to come to the area. Yeah. Yeah, especially if you're North Carolina and stuff. Yeah, I'm sure, you know, ask him. And stuff. But I tell you what, he's good. He's really good. He is. And stuff. Well, guys, it's been a long night, as always. You know, it's supposed to be an hour, and I'm like talking, okay? Well, guys, I hope you liked this embroidery happy hour. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you are new to my channel, please subscribe. And know, I do embroidery happy hour every Friday at 8 o'clock Standard Eastern Time. I always like to interact with the folks on the chat room. I like to answer questions and stuff like that. I also have a Facebook group called Embroidery Happy Hour Adventures. Please join that Facebook group. If you're a digitizer, please join the Facebook group also. Put your stuff out there, because I always like to promote other small businesses as well. I'm a big believer in helping small businesses and everything. So, you know, as always, you know, join the Facebook group. If you have questions, you need help and stuff like that, reach out. Put your challenge out there on the Facebook group. A lot of us always interact, and we always try to help each other out and stuff, and just enjoy the craft. Really enjoy the craft. Embroidery is a lot of fun. Sewing is a lot of fun. You know, I love it. I really truly enjoy doing it. I really love it, especially when I'm giving gifts to people and you see their faces light up and everything. So, you know, it's a lot of fun. So anyway, guys, I really like spending Friday nights with you guys. I really do. Even though I go over the hour a lot of times, I just like it anyway, you know, because I like spending time with you guys. So, guys, have a great weekend. You guys take care. Please be safe. And I will see you guys next Friday. Okay, so I will talk to you guys later. Have a good night. Love you guys all. Bye.